not working. The momentum is dying. I am here to tell you that you are wrong. Today, Thiefnubu released another short video. I don't know where they got that from. Thiefnubu is begging Nigerians again, please give me some time. I understand your problem. But it will never address the real problem. Road bad. Rice. No security. Rice. Fight corruption. Give them rice. Because he believes that whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. Tell everybody. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you. From wherever you are joining us tonight. It is Maiyegun Live. I know some of you will be asking, why did we not see you today again this afternoon? Just consider that I'm still kind of like enjoying that extended rest. I need it. But you can always be rest assured that whatever you missed during the day, I will make up for it at night, like now. So this afternoon, Thiefnubu released, or Thiefnubu's handlers, they released a video where Thiefnubu again, just like, the economy is hard, I know you are struggling, but just give me time. But in that same vein, this morning, the country that is battling with economic crisis, that the protesters are asking the ruling class to cut down the waste they spend on themselves, frivolities. Thiefnubu made some announcement again today, appointment rather. And it was the former speaker, former governor of Katsina, Masaku, the man that left Katsina State with over 500,000 out-of-school children, has been appointed to lead the institution called TET Fund, an institution responsible for awarding educational scholarship and support for Nigerian students. So this guy will now be their chairman. They have more than 30,000 people they've appointed into different kind of boards and all that. And all of them will need cars. They will need allowances. They will need sittings. And all this is coming from the scarce resources of Nigeria, as they say. The demands of the protesters are still very clear. And right now in northern Nigeria, they are not even pretty much asking, just Thiefnubu to go. They are going after their own political class too, one by one. We don't know how far this is going to go. But before all of this is lost on us, let's remind ourselves the demands of the protesters. No amount of begging and no amount of, threats will make all this go away. Now, to those who probably feel and believe that none of this will be achieved, since there is, since we don't have so many people, like the people of Bangladesh, okay? Since we don't have as many people as people of Bangladesh on the streets, these guys will never take them serious. And that is why we need to continue to tell you and show to you those who have resisted all of the threats, including death, to continue to demand for the following. Scrap the 1999 Constitution and replace it with a people-made constitution for the Federal Republic of Nigeria through a sovereign national conference, immediately followed by a national referendum. Toss the Senate arm of the Nigerian legislative system, keep the House of Representatives, and make lawmaking a part-time endeavor. Pay Nigerian workers a minimum wage of nothing less than 250,000 naira monthly. Invest heavily in education and give Nigerian student grants, not loans. Aggressively pursue free and compulsory education for children across Nigeria. currently, there are over 20 million out-of-school children across Nigeria. As we speak, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and demilitarize the southeast. All NSAS and political detainees must also be released and should be compensated. Rationalize publicly owned, nationalized public-owned enterprises sold to government officials and cronies. Reinstate a corruption-free subsidy regime to reduce hunger, starvation, and multidimensional poverty. Probe past and present Nigerian leaders who have looted the treasury, recover their loot, and deposit it in a special account to fund education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Restructuring of Nigeria to accommodate Nigeria's diversity, resource control, decentralization, and regional government. Now, you see this number, look at this. So, this number 8, number 9, this can be more or less like an ongoing thing that they don't have to do immediately, okay? But they have to show the sign that they want to. You see, number 1, number 2, number let's see, number 6, number 8, number 9. What else do I have there that they don't have to be immediate, right? So number 12, right? But you see all these ones like number 3. An announcement can be made, an arrangement can be made on that right away. Number 4, yes, they can take all their appointments they are giving people right now. They can use all of that money to invest in you. This number 4. Number 5, that one is just a pronouncement. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that has been unjustifiably locked up by the system in Nigeria should be released unconditionally. And same goes for all of the legally detained LNSAs. 4 years ago, they have been locked up. Now, that one can be announced immediately, right? Now, look at the number, let's see, number 10. That too can be done immediately, but not like, right away. But an announcement and pronouncement and action towards it can begin to make you believe that this is going to end. And farmers can go back to the farm. They can grow food. And all this food inflation can end, right? Now, this number 11 can be done right away as well. All this useless appointment, they are giving all of these guys. Special energy fund to drive massive corruption-free power sector. Yeah, that can be done right away. No, so same thing goes for this number 12, but maybe not right away. Then this one at number 14 can be done right away. Number 13 can be done right away. But you don't get to see the result right away. But you can see the actions, right? And you can monitor the action. But they do not have any plan for that. Rather, they will give you rice. Remember that. Rice. Yesterday, Wale Idun, one of the intelligent men appointed by Thiefnubu to come and save your economy. The guys that have been borrowing, the same guys that added 34 trillion naira to Nigeria debt in 1 year. They ask him, see, while done day now, everybody done the protest. And it's just a matter of time. Yeah, in northern Nigeria, it's so strong. In southern Nigeria, it is strong, but it is not like a general. So is it going to lead to a time when the entire country will be on lockdown? Or Thiefnubu is still going to enjoy what they are doing right now, which is continue to threaten the handful of protesters that are defying their threats. Continue to do that. Or crush them once and for all and wait them to tire out. But there's something I needed to know. You see, about a month ago, the wahala that became viral just a few days ago in Bangladesh, the protest that finally ousted their former dictator, a woman, prime minister, after 15 years or so in power, did not start and end in a week. Okay? In fact, it didn't cover the whole country for so many times. Right? Until the last 2 weeks, when the people killed by the regime in Bangladesh, right, started sharing the identities of all these people killed. And before you know it, the entire country couldn't really take it. How could you kill over 300 people for asking you to reverse the policy that makes them poorer? And so to those of you who are watching from Nigeria all over the world, you see those who are defying these criminals, they are those that will eventually, right, trigger what some of you will probably prefer, a revolution. And the criminals in Nigeria are pushing you towards that. And Thiefnubu is doing that perfectly. However, they see kind of believe too that if this should get, or this could get out of hand somehow, so they can give you a mixed match of, yeah, we are sorry that you are suffering, but you just need to endure it a little bit more. Meanwhile, they ask Wale, listen, what's your plan? Everybody is angry now. Do you have any immediate plan? Any, like medium, long-term or short-term plans? They do not have any. In fact, this man has admitted that Thiefnubu has been paying subsidy. He said Nigeria has been paying $600 million on subsidy, even though it was never budgeted for. So that is one information that I will have him say to you soon. And to those of you who have been hearing that on this platform for so long, that they told you, they lied to you, that they removed subsidy and they are saving money from subsidy. When you ask them, okay, how much have you now saved from subsidy? They will tell you, oh, state governors are collecting more money than before. So which means they were printing money, sharing money, but you are paying for something you believe that you are sacrificing for. That was the whole thing. You felt like you are sacrificing, and very soon everything will pay off. Thiefnubu is going to now transform your suffering, maybe in another 2 years or 3 years. But later, some of you will not make it to 3 years by the time these guys are done. So he has come on here to say, yes, we have been paying subsidy. In fact, 600 million naira was what we have been paying. And with the situation, in fact, I will let him finish, say it to you. I'm coming back.
To make hunger, to reduce hunger. So,
thank you, Nancy. Let me start by where, in fact, Mr. President started a couple of days ago to say that the protest, the recent protest, has been saddening in the aftermath, which has led to loss of life, destruction of property, and violence. That is very, very saddening. And of course, we continue to call for an end to the protest and the embracing of dialogue. We should never stop taking the opportunity, and the door is wide open for dialogue with all sections of the population. Having said that, the issue of the heightened cost of living, as we know, it is a fallout of the macroeconomic reforms. And before I come to the issue of the specific measures being taken now, it is important to lay the backdrop that when these decisions were taken by Mr. President, bold, courageous, and necessary decisions, the country was on the verge of bankruptcy. There was no way you could sustain living. We're living on borrowed time and living on borrowed money. That was put to an end by stopping the wasteful expenditure on subsidy, and also by stopping the ill-managed and very, very opaque foreign exchange regime. No fuel subsidy in the budget.
There's no fuel subsidy.
There's no fuel subsidy in the budget. That is the truth. That is the technical fact. we have signs that we are going in the right direction, and what we must be determined to do is to maintain those trends. Those trends will take us to where we want to go. And you've got to, when you say where will we get money from, the Ministry of Petroleum through the NNPC has committed to 2 million barrels a day.
By when?
2 million barrels a day at $80 a barrel takes us out of the woods, not just in the short term, but the medium term, because we will rally around that additional infusion of not just income, but foreign exchange to get the economy going and to attract investors and to bring down the exchange rate, bring down inflation, bring down interest rates. At the overall level, at the macro level and the fundamental level, things are falling into shape. The issue is that at the micro level, there's yet to be a drilling down to where people experience life. So the answer in the short, medium, and long term is for Nigerians to produce, to grow, and to produce, and to harvest, and to process their own food. With the kind of food production program we have, inflation will come down as prices come down. When inflation comes down, exchange rate will stay.
Nuisance, it could go on and on like that. But that's how they fool people. Could you make any sense out of all he said there? I mean, if you are somebody in Nigeria, okay, and you want to know what they are doing. Okay, let me try and pick few things he said. Now I'll kind of throw that to you so you can then be the judge if it make any sense or not. Okay, so according to him, he said that the Ministry of Petroleum and NNPC, they are committed to 2 million barrels of crude oil every day, right? That if they can meet 2 million barrels a day, that means they will expect more money from the crude oil, which is like more forex. And according to him, if that happens, the exchange rates will come down because there will be more money, which is projection. Abi? That's one. Or maybe I should treat that first. So what will happen if they don't meet the 2 million barrels? Because right now they are only producing or extracting 1.1 million barrels of crude oil daily. Remember, it's not Nigeria that is extracting that too. Now the oil companies, so right? And Nigeria will collect 40% or so royalty from that money. That is what they are banking on. There's no any other economy policy. Okay? No. The issue is about money. Nigeria need money. And they need to throw more money at the problems. Sure you get. So currently Nigeria is producing 1.1 million and collecting very paltry sum of return from that. And in most places, they've already used the future oil prospect in Nigeria as collateral as a collateral to the loans they've collected and spent. Wale Idun is categorically telling you that Nigeria is bankrupt, even though they are telling you on the other side that Nigeria could have gone bankrupt if not because Thiefnubu and the idea that they are now telling you to wait. It go manifest later, like it will mature later. So they are promising Nigerians on future impossible things. What is that? These criminals are depending on the oil, IOCs, international oil companies, the ones that are extracting the crude oil. They are depending on them that if they can try and improve the, can you do more than 1.1 million? If you can do 2 million, we are going to have more than this money you are giving us. Please. Okay, we will try. We will try and see what we can do. Then Wale Edun will face Nigerians and say, Thiefnubu's idea and vision is that by the time we begin to extract 2 million barrels, all this problem will disappear. Meanwhile, before these criminals came in, Nigeria was doing 1.8 million barrels a day. And then these rogues came in. That production dropped. And guess what? To the oil thieves. So right now, not that Nigeria has no capacity of extracting 2 million barrels. But they will keep saying that to you that to expect it. Meanwhile, their ships are on the IC in the creek of Niger Delta, stealing your crude oil in hundreds of thousands of barrels every day. They are securely protected by their navy who are involved. Abi, what do you think oil bunkering is all about? And who are those who have the capacity to steal crude oil than those in government and their friends? But they are promising millions of Nigerians that, listen, if we have money, they say if they make more money from crude oil, investors will now come to Nigeria. He also said it is time for, is the minister in a government that is in power, Nigerians need to try and grow their own food. When those who attempted to grow their food in Nigeria have either lost their lives, lost their farms, yes, some of them are living in IDP camps as we speak. There is no roadmap on how they are going to end terrorism, which has affected the food production in Nigeria, but they continue to promise or give Nigerians promissory notes. And if you defy that, then they will kill you. Thiefnubu bought this presidency. He doesn't give a damn about you. Anything he says to you, if you believe it, you are on your own. I told you that when they said they will give you student loan, I said, if a government says we are giving student loan, that simply means if you are a student, a valid student of any institution in Nigeria, when government rolls out a program like that, all you have to do is to go onto the program. But it was these fraudsters, this Bajue, who said they will give you 10 billion for student loan. I mean, you have, according to them, they say you have more than 5 million students in Nigeria. And they said, now those ones who are too poor, that will take the loan, not grants. Now they are now saying they've selected some schools that are benefiting from northern Nigeria, just one, where they have handful of people. Federal government of a country, they have handful of people. We are 20 or 30 people, right? To say, I've collected the loan 460,000. I've collected the loan 250,000. And they said, hey, now the people have been benefiting from the student loan because it is all scheme together this way to run you a scam that at least they will have 1, 2, 3 of you as witnesses just to validate it. And yes, Thiefnubu and his gang, who have no single plan for you, can promise you everything, including imaginary things, and you can see through them so easily. It's unfortunate that Nigerians have been so battered. They have been so bullied, assaulted by the system that even when they are being lied to, they are desperately wanting it to be true. And you can see it in their eyes most of the time. When Thiefnubu said, it was crashing the price of rice. So a bag of rice will now be sold for half price. Then the next thing, people were like, at least they've crashed the price of rice. They were not even bothered about how they are going to get the rice. They don't even care if they could even afford the 40,000 naira to buy the half bag of rice. Anyway, they wanted it to be true. They wanted it to be true so bad that when they started hearing their state governors that they have not received any truck of rice anywhere, only for Thiefnubu to turn around. All of this within the last 7 days, trying to convince the protesters that whatever their problem is, is being looked into, but make them collect rice first. In the last 1 week, they've come back and they said, now if you want to buy the half bag of rice, you need to go online to go and order your own, and they will bring it to you. Within a week, the same Ministry of Youth, they're supposed to probably have programs, roadmap to how they are going to get the unemployed youth gainfully employed, get them busy. They have no plan for you. They suddenly, because it's all about money, suddenly, if it's not rice, it is money. Now they have 110 billion. Look at this. Student loan, 10 billion. Youth business loan for youth, Ministry of Youth in Nigeria. Suddenly they have 110 billion that they just want to give to all of you if you have any business idea, and stop protesting. All these scams that they continue to roll out, if one of them could just wake up and be like, oh, we are going to give you 500 CNG buses. Okay, do you have the 500 CNG buses? Yes, the federal government has ordered in a partnership with China. They are going to bring us 500 CNG buses. What are you talking about? Then they will quickly go and look for 1 or 2 CNG buses, and they will take the pictures and say, see, the first 2 arrival out of the 500, others are on their way. So Nigerians have been so bullied, so assaulted, so brutalized that when they are being lied to, they desperately want it to be true. And that's why they will attack you. When you tell them this is a lie, well, let's give them chance. Why do you not believe in anything about this Nigeria? I said, why should I believe in Nigeria when everything about it is a lie? Everything about it is a lie. Do you remember this woman, a northerner, that said she met with Thiefnubu in London? Again, I want to say something, right? There are those who believe that this protest in northern Nigeria is a pure hypocrisy. Why did they not protest under Bokwari? Why are they now doing it under Thiefnubu? Alabosini, you are the hypocrite. Are you not alive when they carry Thiefnubu for head in northern Nigeria? When the rest of you are reading all of Thiefnubu's file, his drug cases, his forgery, educating yourselves about why Thiefnubu, out of 17 states in southern Nigeria, Thiefnubu, they were able to cook 4 states for him. Thiefnubu would have probably lost the entire southern Nigeria. Now these people carry on for head. They even told some of you, if them born you will go northern Nigeria, go campaign for Obi. If you come back alive, then that means God is behind you. Have you forgotten? People will carry on for head because of Muslim tickets. People that were attacking people in northern Nigeria because of Muslim Thiefnubu. Now them come they protest now. Now you come they feel like say every time northern Nigeria is against the southern president. Igba only Tinubu the southern president. When did Thiefnubu become southern president? Have you forgotten what how the Ronukus treated you? The Ronukus said they are cousins in northern Nigeria. They are partners in northern Nigeria. And them, the Ronukus of Eko, the two of them combined, they will rule Nigeria in perpetuity. Have you forgotten? So now don't they join them now? Talk say now all these northern people, do you think without them, this Thiefnubu will be able to be doing all of this to you right now without these people? How many of you come from middle part of Nigeria that receive direct threat from these Islamists in northern Nigeria? How many of you? Now when they play PT game, play emotional game. Igba oni Tinubu the southern president. Igba oni PC Egbekegbe the southern presidency. When? To those abobakus, the ass lickers, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the all-risers. Are those people inside Thiefnubu's government that you know? Are they not the same cabal with him in Lagos? Sabetik Bagbeni. Igba on Thiefnubu the southern. Even in Lagos, he was rejected. Millions of Yorubas rejected him, those ones that could make it down to their poll. Igbaolo, the southern president, now between them, finish around. Let them finish themselves. Now them talk say Muslim tickets. Now directly from Allah. They can't discover say they don't scam them. You will have play emotional card. Show follow you. Show the time wole. Kesare ni ko gboju lowo for 30 minutes. Because are blind. O possible Allah test Ọlọ́run. People were using Alimajiri, underage children, to thumbprint for Thiefnubu because they told them that they will have food, they will have safety. You were there. In fact, you call them the problems of Nigeria. They were fixing the problem now. It was the philosopher or the preacher. You won't start a pity party. Abi, woman shake with for the third time. Like, because it's like you are playing with people's intelligence. You are playing with people's mind. This is 2024. When you make choices, you live with the consequences. Now them the problem of Nigeria be. Now them they bring out the bad leader. They won't fix them now. You won't be waiting. Why? They will deal with themselves. And others should join too. I've told you. You say if you can't beat them, you join them. That's a lie. If you can't beat them, these criminals, don't join them. Look for other people where they look for them. Team together. You know. Don't ever try if you can't beat them, you join them. If you join them, I tell you. Do you remember this woman?
He said his name is Falake and that he's working for Tinubu. That he wants me to be a director in the civil society organization, and I told him point blank that I don't want to be part of it. Then he started to plead with me to please accept it. I said no, I don't want to accept it because I've never sat with Tinubu to tell me what he has for us in the country general and particularly the north. He said, please madam, he started to beg me. I said, don't embarrass me because I don't want to be arrogant. When people start to say in the name of God, do this, then you feel bad to say no. So I gave him a condition. He said the names will be out the next day. And he wants my name to be out as the director. I said, no, I can't accept that. Then after all the plea, I said, okay, let me meet you halfway. If I sit with Aswaju and I'm not comfortable with what he says he has for the North, then I have a right to opt out. And Falake said, yes, it's okay. So if you notice, when the names came out, it's the only directorate, which there were two directors, was the directorate they put me, the civil service, the civil, the civil society organizations. There were two. I was made a co-director. That night, I got around 11 p.m. I started to get phone calls. Normally, I don't pick my calls at night. But then I saw a message saying that Asiwaju wants to talk to you around 11 p.m. So I gave them a reply. I'm waiting. Immediately they saw my text, they called me back. And Asiwaju called me. He says, Hajia, I said, sir. He said, I respect your stance on not accepting the appointment. I said, yes, sir. Because I can't be a zombie. I just can't follow you because you said I should follow you. Let me know what you have for us up north. Because if I made a mistake on Buhari, with you, the truth is written on the horizon. So I have to know what you have for us. He said he's in London, that if I can, I should go over. He offered to buy me a ticket. I said, no, sir, I can afford a ticket. And then he said, can I get a hotel for you? I said, yes, that I will appreciate. I took the next Lufthansa to London. I saw him that same night, and we sat. And I said, sir, The reason why I'm not accepting your appointment is because I don't know what you have for us up north. Because in the north, every single person is either waiting to be killed or kidnapped. We can't go on like this. What is your blueprint for us? He told me that he doesn't have anything for us. I said, you mean, sir, you don't have a blueprint? He said, I can't have a blueprint because if I have a blueprint, I'll be stepping on too many toes and they might even kill me. This was what he said. I said, but sir, how can you rule without a blueprint? He said, I will only make a blueprint after winning the elections. I said, there will be a lot of distractions after winning the elections. You have to keep your eyes on the ball. He said, well, you know what? If you have anything you want me to put in my manifesto, then please bring it. I told him that I have an elders. We have a network for national salvation. I have our elder. I'll go meet him in Paris the next day. The next day, I left for Paris. I didn't get to see him, but we came back to London. We sat, and
I know a lot of you watching. You probably had your prejudice lenses on. I want you to please sometimes, right? Even with your prejudice lenses, okay, where you say, oh, listen to her, selfish, asking Thiefnubu what was the plan for the North. Baba, that's the normal thing to ask. If you have the situation you have in Nigeria, that's the normal thing everybody that wants to join in should be asking, what's your plan for us? It's a country, you are in trouble. Whoever wants to lead you should have an idea and vision. You must have an idea of the entire country. And you can't have all that idea without actually having people around you who are willing and ready to answer all those questions. You may not have all the answers. But generally, right, you cannot say because Sebokuwari failed them and failed the whole country, that is now the free pass for Thiefnubu to do the same. That is really, really not good. That's not good. If you see things that way, that's bad. Because that's how they want you to see it. Yeah, if your own man cannot do it. Yorubas suffered under Bokuwari like never seen before. And we may never recover. Now that you have Thiefnubu, our people's education, healthcare, infrastructure, and the rest have been destroyed so much that opportunities have become so limited or non-existent in so many places. Our people are within that space. We are suffering all their policies. Every part of Nigeria is suffering from their policies. So it is always an ideal thing to want to know, what do you have for us? What do you want to do? Yeah? Even though Nigerians are mostly about, we are hungry. Tell us that we are going to get food. Tell us that they don't even want you to tell them how. Just tell them that they will have food. Everything will be fine. Every Boko Haram will finish them. Economy will boost the economy. See, we'll boost microeconomy, all those grammar. Nigerians won't even ask them how. Tell us how. I mean, talk to us. Tell us how it's going to be done. Because that's when you are talking about how it's going to be done, you just see lots of people that will be like, oh, I'm interested in that. Oh, I'm interested in that policy. Oh, I'm supporting him because of this particular policy, because he has shown me how he's going to do it. They said, oh, he's going to appoint people. Are you crazy? Is that not what you've got now? So you need to, I would rather you remove that, your bias or prejudice lenses, and pick from what she said there. She's right. And in my own opinion, Thiefnubu was also right. He was very honest with her. What do you have for us? I don't have anything for you. Or do you have something you want me to do for you? You want to be president. You are living in this place. You live in Nigeria. You are seeing everything yourself, right? If you grab anybody, a conductor on the road, a conductor that is shouting, Upper Iweka Road, or Ojota in Lagos. grab him and say, if you are the president of Nigeria, what are you going to do? You will see a conductor. I'm not even, I don't mean like maybe whether educated or not. In fact, pick up any illiterates. They will be able to tell you 2, 3 things that if they are the leader or president of a country, they want to do. How could somebody want to be president of a country not have anything he wants to do? Because he didn't have any. And that's the kind of things they have in Nigeria. She saw that, she pulled away, supported a Tiefnubu, a Fulani man from northern Nigeria, which everyone kind of hated her for. Because Nigeria is a turn by turn, Nigeria limited. You do your own, you shop. Then it become my own turn. I shop. Then it become their own turn. Everybody wait for your turn. That's what Nigeria is. It is not really about Nigerians per se. Unfortunately. So it still has to do with the north, the south, the east, the west. So, cut the long story short, the governors where they loot money, but they still collected check from Thiefnubu. This was the day. Northern governors, look at them all. This was just a day before their Congress, when they all delivered their delegate for Thiefnubu. They don't give them cash, not checks. See governors. These ones are governors. And those governors, some of them are still governors now. Some of them, they ensure their own, the current governors, they install them. You get that now? And this was how Thiefnubu bought northern Nigeria through their which kind of money person go get when go the right check to bribe state governors so that they can support him to become the candidate of the party. Which kind of money do you think person go steal for that country and be bribing people where they steal money like him? Think about that. El Rufaya, Zulum, and the other guy, they are those who were sharing the envelope that year, 2022. For Ashiwaju for president. Majority of them have now been kicked out and they are at loggerhead behind the scene. In fact, some of them are now being accused of sponsoring the protest against Thiefnubu. This evening, Kolu released this video.
Hello Nigerians, this period may be hard on us, and there is no doubt that is tough on us. But I urge you all to look beyond the present temporary pains and aim at the larger picture. All our good and helpful plans are in the works. More importantly, I know that they will work. Sadly, there was an unavoidable lag between subsidy removal and these plans coming fully online. However, we are swiftly closing the time gap. I plead with you, please have faith in our ability to deliver and in our concern for your well-being. We will get out of this turbulence, and due to the measures we have taken, Nigeria will be better equipped and able to take advantage of the future that awaits her. For example, we shall fulfill our promise to make education more affordable to all and provide loans to higher education students who may need them. No Nigerian student will have to abandon higher education because of lack of money. Our commitment is to promote the greatest good for the greatest number of our people. On principle, we shall never falter. I assure you, my fellow countrymen and women, that we are exiting the darkness to enter a new and glorious dawn. Now, I must get back to work in order to make this wish come true. Thank you for listening. And
before that point, you never seen this kind of abuse before. Tinubu, I must abuse you. Tinubu, number 1, Ogun Okiyapa. Tinubu number 2, Ogun Okiyama. Tinubu number 3, Ogun Okiya your children. Tinubu number 4, Ogun go bury all your family. Tinubu is a god to you. A god to you. Tinubu is a god to you. Tinubu
is a goat, yo. A goat, yo. Tinubu is a goat, yo. Ewausa. He's still promising, like campaigning. We need you to believe in our ability to deliver. That no child will miss school. Our policy are coming to light. We are almost out of the darkness. Something like that. A madman. They continue to tell themselves that they are doing better. They are doing well. You just don't like them. You just hate them. And here, they have some other people who have now been advising protesters. This thing going on in northern Nigeria is going to affect all of us in southern Nigeria. Really? The terrorism going on in northern Nigeria has affected the entire part of Nigeria as we speak. Our people are already paying ransom to terrorists from Futajalon. If not the riot go affect all of us in the southern part of Nigeria too, why not? Why not? They sent one old man on the TV to go and justify the killings of protesters by saying nobody can really fight. In fact, you know what? I've got this compiled video I want to share with you, including Regina. Regina, don't talk again. No.
Within your vicinity.
What do you define as a protest sponsor?
Somebody who, one way or the other, backed up to make sure that that thing is successful.
What if it is a woman?
What if it's a woman? Or the hijacking of the protest?
Yes. No. But what,
no, you see, hijack comes when that protest has existed. If you don't have a sponsor to carry out a particular act, that thing may not happen, and you may not get to the other side. But if you are an enabler in achieving that particular thing,
what if there's a woman along the protest route that gives them packs of food? Is she a protest sponsor?
She's a sponsor.
Wahala.
She's a sponsor because you are aiding for the success of that particular program. You are just going by and say, my children, thank you for the good work you are doing.
So
please take this.
Take
this bag of pure water, and suddenly in that environment, because they needed water, it went other way around. As far as the government is concerned, that's why they will always tell you to be careful. As far as the government is concerned, they will run after those that actually supported. That is the way government acts.
So her account should be frozen as well?
Well, if they
she should also be questioned or arrested or something?
They will question the person. That's why you say fighting the government is not an easy task. See, this government goes after you in diverse ways.
I wanted to say whose responsibility is it to even fish out the thugs? So it feels like we're shifting blame where the blame should be. Because
no, we are not shifting it. It's the responsibility.
You see what is happening in the north? Hoisting the Russian flag. Is that what we want? Mind you, whatever happens in the north can get to you. I preached against violence, and ignorant Nigerians said, oh, it's because I'm privileged, it's because I'm opportune. Yes, the fact remains that I am privileged and opportuned. But that doesn't stop me from understanding that my nannies needs to be paid extra. Or stop me from understanding that my gatesman or my cooks needs to be well catered for because of insecurity and extra bills to be paid in Nigeria. The point remains that Nigeria cannot be changed in a day, and not by one man. I am not speaking for the government, neither am I speaking for you people to love me, because I don't need it. I am just stating the obvious facts, and that's the truth. The earlier we all realize that this protest is turning to something else, the better for us all. and that's it.
I wonder if Mr. President himself was arrested when he sponsored protests. Nobody touched him. Nobody said anything, and he has not debunked that he never sponsored protests. So if you are now denying the Nigerian people who have been sending and supporting their children and their brothers and sisters back home, and you are threatening them with arrest, then you do not need to call them again to come back home. When you're usually telling them to come back, some of our best brains are outside this country. Some of our best brains are outside this country. And all of the things that they have always asked for is for our country to be better so that they can come and contribute. You talk about technocrats, doctors, surgeons, everything that you businessmen, they are outside the country. They are even living by the minute. Does that mean that we are trying to exercise our people from outside the country? If there are verifiable facts so that there will not be any phantom arrests, because in the case of this nature, there could be phantom arrests and agreement that this particular person or certain people of different extraction or different tribe could be the subject of targets. Could be the subject of target, and that would not be good for us. So I think that particular position that the government is trying to take is another mistake that may aggravate the matter, rather than providing solution to the problem.
Right.
The government has the right to deal with this issue immediately. And that issue will be dealt with if Mr. President can come out and say, ladies and gentlemen, please and please, I know you voted for me as the case may be, but I'm bringing the fuel prices down. The next minute, this night, not tomorrow, you will see demonstration or protest of joy, not the protest of anger.
Okay,
and
so
they'll be
within your vicinity,
what do you define as a...
Did you hear that Olori Bruku that first spoke there? According to me, went on TV. That's what they are doing in Nigeria now, like spreading misinformation in order to dissuade the people from joining the protest. So right now, they've not had the similar aggression that the northern protesters have shown them in the south. But it's going to start tomorrow. I need to tell you, okay? Today, they've attacked the protesters in Rivers State. Wirewike felt slighted yesterday when he ran inside his house. The moment the protesters were approaching his area. So they were going to occupy his house. Over 50 policemen, they guide Wirewike. He ran inside. They're not even born and well to show face on his own balcony. He ran inside. So what did he do after that? He mobilized his thugs. And possibly another came from Abuja. They cannot allow Wirewike to be insulted like that. So today, protesters have been attacked. And the protesters have told traders in Port Harcourt, to be precise, you will need to lock your shops tomorrow. Because we cannot guarantee the protection of those places anymore. Now that Wirewike has now infused thugs to attack them, and they are not going to leave the street for the thugs. So it's going to be face to face from tomorrow. And whenever the police shoot at them tomorrow, they will shoot back. I mean, they've said it. I'm just saying, just so you know. So it got so bloody today. People got beaten up and all of that. But they regrouped. And they plan for tomorrow. So I don't know which one I should show you first. Because I know a lot of you are already lunging for, Alpha, Maiyegun, what happened today? Show us what happened today. I'll show you. Maybe I should show you half. And then I'll add a few things again then before I show you the rest. Okay, so take a look at this. In Kaduna, where their government or governor declared the curfew yesterday, after that violence that erupted, including people that got killed. The father, Ismail Muhammad, his name of that 16-year-old boy that got killed in Zaria yesterday, Kaduna. So the father of the boy said the boy wasn't even at the protest. The boy, according to the father, ran home when he saw people running. And the soldiers chasing people actually followed his son to their home, and they shot him right in front of his parent there. They killed him in his house, inside the house, and they left. So the Nigerian army has admitted that it is true that happened. And they said they are so sorry. So they went on to go and visit the family that same yesterday. And that's the 1st Division Nigerian Army in Kaduna. They went on to go and visit the father. And they compensated him with 300,000 naira. And they told him, the soldier that shot his son has been arrested. And that was yesterday. So today, despite that curfew, people came out. They've had enough. They continue to say that in Yobe State, in Bauchi State, in Kaduna, in Plateau State, where things really, really got hotter, Abuja is back. You see, they've mounted this war-like kind of security at the places where their own court said people could sort of converge there for their protest. MKO, Moshood MKO, Abiola Stadium in Abuja. So when people got there yesterday, the protesters got there yesterday, they met a violent police escort, warlike team who started shooting at them, including motorists. They shot and shot and shot their canister, their tear gas inside a moving van. A moving bus. It was ridiculous. We saw, the anger of the protesters too in Jigawa, in Yobe, yes, in Daura, where they have vented so much that they've actually retouched some of the properties of APC. So I have a compilation here, the first part. So this was today across Nigeria.
Government.
Part 2, the rider. Edo State too. Benin youth. They did a procession today. It was like Kama. Some will say Nakama. 12 years ago, Thiefnubu sponsored Occupy Nigeria protest against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. He fed protesters. He funded the artists to make appearances. It lasted so long that in that protest, they carried the coffin of Goodluck Jonathan. In fact, they said Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's mom, that singular video, that singular picture of her son, of the coffin of her son being carried in Lagos, devastated her. In fact, they said contributed to her death too. Because to her, it was like, why were they carrying the corpse of my son? Jonathan was just a year in office, remember? Jonathan got elected in 2011. Then a year later, Thiefnubu organized a national protest against him. 12 years later, the youth of Nigeria, in fact, the youth of Benin, have led they are not the first. It first started from Sapele. Is it Sapele or Wari? That was the first place they carried the coffin of Thiefnubu. And today, the 7th day of the days of rage, to end the bad governance in Nigeria, the people have hit the street. They did hit the street again. So we start from Benin. Yeah, it's Thiefnubu's burial.
Ever government.
You were talking about the country not being good enough. I really did not get your point. Can you rephrase?
Yes, nothing goes to the all Nigerians are suffering. We can't be able to eat, nothing. So we want our country to be better for us. Let the leaders do something very fast before it gets on. So, my brother, this will not be saying it don't pass our neck. We need to change this country. We don't feel up for them, they are the killers, they go. I wait till I get up with that. Plus, any question?
Okay, what do you advise the youth of Nigeria and elders to do at this point?
I don't know. What do they need to do? Say, they will still come out, go protest. Because we never get what we defend. For me, I come out to protest my oath. So Tinubu must go.
What will be your advice to the youth of the Benin when they block roads, they collect money from people when they drive?
All those ones where the youth will be say they collect money, they block road, because of say protest, all those kind of stuff.
That not be waiting to say that there's something to do. At least we all are youth. They say come and go and protest, to protest successfully. Who they block road? No need to the block road, they collect money for others. So if you be youth, you there, you do all those things. When I stop one, we want our country to be better. That's all.
Good one.
Kaduna an fito. Wallahi Kaduna an fito, see people. Ora uba. Iya mutanen mu na tudun wada kenan.
Ku taka ta. Kakku damu da sojojin da za su zo, a kai ne suke harbi. Ba matsala ai.
If we no come down, Yawa go dey. If we no come down, Bebe go dey. Yawa go dey. Yawa go dey. If we no come down, Yawa go dey. If we no come down, Bebe go dey.
I'm trying to fast forward some because I know that one is a stretch and I could save the 2 minutes by just telling you what happened next, okay? Which is just like the police addressed them, begging them to, this protest shouldn't really continue. But they are not begging those ones from Port Harcourt today before they got attacked, assaulted, which has now kind of triggered what's going to happen tomorrow. So let's go see the second one as well, because I still have like 2 other lovely clips I'm going to share. So This is the second part of what happened in Nigeria today. Okay. But before we get into that, or as we go into that, if you haven't really liked the broadcast, this is your chance. Okay. Your liking the broadcast is your own offering to say you are here. And just say thank you. So let's go back quickly.
I can tell you that there will be no hunger and we are going to end bad governance. Our protests have been so peaceful so far, and we all know we'll continue to make it so peaceful. Yes. Even though in our midst, by the time we discover that there are some elements that are trying to misbehave, we hand them over to the police for them to keep. But it is also our duty to ensure that everything goes peacefully. But at the same time, what touches protesters is the mode of engagement by the police to the protesters. 3 days ago, I was at Challenge. The way some police officers at Challenge engaged protesters, I'm very sure if not the presence of Solomon and I and other governors were present there, it would have escalated. I want to assure you.
Do you know that's a duty you have performed as governors?
Of course. But sometimes we may not be available at every situation. The mode of engagement by the police really matters. Police has no right to tell us that we have to spend 10 minutes here. Police has no right to tell us that we have to spend 5 minutes at the barricade. It is our right to. We have the right, to peaceful assembly. Barricade. Here is a barricade as we are. A convergence point. See,
I'll tell you why.
We don't have to.
You are standing on
Come on, and the that's also.
What he did yesterday was another campaign speech. The president has not addressed us. He should address us. How can you give a 7-minute speech and you did not mention hunger? It's as though it's not where we are protesting. He did not mention hunger. Go and look at all his speech. What we are saying is hunger day. Hunger day. Hunger day. There is hunger. It's not until women start cooking their children. Is that when we know that things has gone beyond? Hunger day. They can afford these things in the markets. Does not mean people can afford it. There is hunger. There's no other reason why we are here. And we are not slaves. They cannot push us inside. Look at the police intimidation. Over 500 police. Look at police vans everywhere. Hunger day. Are the policemen not hungry? The other day I came, I gave some 500 naira. Because they're even as hungry as we are. So they shouldn't intimidate us. How do you beat a child and tell the child how to cry? We should not cry. We should go and cry inside the house. That's witchcraft. Hunger day. If the Nigeria cannot help us, let Tinubu use from his pocket and help us. He's as rich as that. What's with it? I just got here and it's crazy.
How do you feel when you at here now at the venue and you see that people is not turn out?
I don't mind. I don't mind if nobody is here. Even if it's one person that is here, I will stand with that one person. Do you understand? Even if it's one person that is here, I will stand with that one person. If they are going to arrest that one person, they will arrest me alongside. It won't change the fact that.
Sorry.
Move on, my blind. See, move on back. Go ginger, go front. End up place.
Sorry, Sky B.
This is Sky B.
Wicked boys.
It's a River State artist that came out to join the protest. But today, the 7th. Since the protest is being hijacked. I think say that first go now.
That maximum let us go. This morning, he was beaten because he came out to the protest. Police made anti-protesters. They beat him up. Presence of the security, they beat him up. So it means River State protest taking another shape. Hoodlums and anti-protesters have come to disrupt the protest. We are hungry! 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 We are hungry!
It's not serious. Announcement to everybody. This is a marketplace. This is all you mean market here in River State, Nigeria. It's one of the big markets here in Port Harcourt, here in River State. River State is benefiting from. Now, please, I want to urge every member of River State, everybody living in River State, tomorrow, next tomorrow, the other day after next tomorrow, there is no shop that is opening. Everywhere is shut down. If you come to the market, 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 police will save you. One month.
I can tell you.
So that's the Rivers youth. After the attack on that artist, you see that guy that was beaten by thugs, with the weakest thugs. They said he's a Sky B. He's an artist in River State. So he's been part of that protest too. He's been there a few times. So today, the way the weakest targeted him, grabbed him, and they beat him that way. And he's not the only person. He said the police were just watching, right? So now the protesters, they regrouped after all of that. And they said, from tomorrow, just to be safe than sorry, if you have any market or any business in Port Harcourt, especially if you are from there, you are aware already, right? Please, police won't be able to save you because they will be the one looting your shop. They will want to create this scene that will now kind of label the protest as violence. They will say the protest is violent, right? However, they've been peaceful for the past 6 days. Today, with a wiki, Thiefnubu's minister mobilized his own thugs to go and attack and beat the protesters up. And the police watched, while the police watch. So the protesters are now saying that since the police can't protect them, and they are never going to stop protesting, therefore, tomorrow, they will defend themselves. So please, don't let them have that grace of looting your business, because whatever is going to make them justify that there was crisis, because the protesters are not the one coming to come and disrupt, but they paid thugs, which is very normal in that climb. Let me show you another one.
The face of suspects, individuals.
Mind you, right? These are those they claimed to have arrested. Yeah, the police claimed they've arrested. The police said they've not killed anyone. But 48 people have died. And they've arrested over 600. They also claimed that they have arrested the sponsor of the protest. They said they've arrested 5 foreigners. They are Spaniards, or they are Spanish. I've been a Spaniard. I think the language is Spanish. The people is Spaniard. Shall I get them, Sha? That's what they said. They've arrested some Spaniards, 5 of them. And according to their police, they said they are those sponsoring the protest. among other reports. Let's listen to this.
The face of suspects, individuals arrested by the police command, which they say were involved in various degrees of crime committed during the August 1st protest. The police command outlined the crimes committed by the individuals in the three categories: violent protest attacks on police, looting of public and private property, and raising of foreign flags.
The protests escalate in a violent manner, and the attacks include the officers that are diligently maintaining public safety and upholding law. The attack led to the serious injury to the police officers and damage of police patrol vehicles.
The police further disclosed 92 suspects were arrested for vandalization and in possession of stolen property.
The looting of both public and private property during these protests is a grave concern. For instance, Gombe State Revenue Tribunal, Bima Lodge, Gombe State Bureau for Public Service Reform, Nitel Company, and Blue Jay Motors, among others. Such action not only undermine the rule of law, but also disrupt communities and harm businesses.
Sadly, the police also confirmed the arrest of individuals hoisting foreign flags, especially that of the Russian flag, of which the police describes as a crime against the state.
On the 5th of August, we have also seen an unsettling display of foreign flags by some protesters. This act not only disrespectful to our national symbol, but also a treasonable felony-related offense. Hence, 10 suspects were arrested flying Russian flags, and they are under investigation.
In all, the police assures it will expand its dragnet to understand the purpose behind the crimes committed with the assurance of safety for the people. Chika Udempo, AIT News, Gombe.
See police with Russia Twitter, Russia flag. Ya Allah.
We have been on the meeting brainstorming on the way forward to see to peace and tranquility of the state. You remember that when the crisis happened, the state governor, His Excellency, imposed a curfew just to 24 hours. But with the situation of things, and when we observe there is peace, absolute peace in this community, in the state, we have decided to relax the curfew from 6 to 6. Thank you very much.
Well, what of the said it's clear with regards to those flying foreign flags? Is there any action?
No, they have been arrested. You're all aware that they have been arrested. And you know it's a sedition offense, which is more than a level. So they have been transferred to appropriate place. By and large, I think almost 80 of them were arrested by the joint operations of security agencies in Kano State, from the military, from the DSS, from police. So including foreign nationals in their midst. Thank you.
Okay, sir, we understand that some people are still planning to come out for the protest, and while others are planning to come for a national prayer. What is your call with regards to this?
We're still monitoring. We're still at alert. All we're after is the peace, and we're ready to do anything.
The face of suspects, individuals arrested.
I just had to add that so that we are not just talking about the protesters, and then we leaving out those who they have been arresting for protesting, not because they've done anything. I say, oh yeah, maybe they've done something. They've arrested few people who have stolen, looted shops, and what they stole have been collected from them, right? These ones are protesters and good enough. The End Bad Governance protest in Nigeria, they have their own legal team, the lawyers. Oh, talking about lawyers. We received the death of lawyer Ogulano. You remember him? They call him revolutionary lawyer. He's our lawyer. He's Yoruba Union's lawyer as well. He is the lawyer, right, that we hired for the people, for Igbo, as well as those that were being persecuted at the time, to say, okay, we could get you one, right? So this man died today. I'll tell you more about that later anyway. So talking about these Russian flags, right? Here was what their police spokesperson had to say.
Nationwide protest, police speaks tough against display of foreign flags, condemns clamor for military takeover. As police totalize individuals sponsored to trigger crisis in Nigeria. The Nigeria Police Force has issued a stern warning against the display of foreign flags during protest and calls for a military takeover, categorizing such actions as treasonable felonies under Nigerian law. This follows a wave of violent protest, particularly in Bauchi, Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina states, where protesters brandished foreign flags. Ongoing investigations reveal that protest organizers in the states mentioned above are luring innocent children into participating in these unpatriotic and criminal acts. Over 90 suspects have been arrested, including tailors who sold the flags and their sponsors. Efforts are on the way to apprehend others who sponsored the production of the flags and fueled these treasonable acts. The display of foreign flags and calls for a military takeover constitutes a clear treasonable offense, revealing the motives of protest organizers to destabilize Nigeria's democratic government. This aligns with actionable intelligence on the tactics of fifth columnists and non-state actors exploiting economic hardship protests to further their nefarious goals. Tensions from the ongoing protests have eased following President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's address on August 4, 2024. However, some groups persist in subversive campaigns in the form of violent and unlawful protests characterized by the destruction of public infrastructure and private property, looting, display of foreign flags, and calls for a military takeover. These individuals and groups will be treated as subversive agents and charged accordingly. The Inspector General of Police of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, IGP Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun, PhD, NPM, has directed Deputy Inspectors General of Police for the Northwest and Northeast zones, DIG Balach Roma PSC and DIG Bello Makwashi, to take charge of operations in the states within the two geopolitical zones where subversive campaigns are ongoing under the guise of protests. They are tasked with stabilizing the situation and preventing further violence in the affected states. The Nigeria Police Force reiterates that the use of foreign flags during protest and openly calling for a military takeover of the government is a capital offense under Nigerian law. The police cautions Nigerian youth to be wary of individuals and groups turning protests into business ventures funded by local or foreign sponsors aiming to destabilize the country. Evidence shows that these sponsors have paid significant sums to exploit the hardship protest, brainwashing and misleading innocent children into aiding this campaign against the government. The Nigerian Police Force salutes Nigerians who have refused to participate in and indeed spoke out against the ill-timed protest out of sheer patriotism and belief in the government's genuine efforts to put the country on the path of economic recovery and growth. We also acknowledge the patriotism of those who peacefully participated in the protest but withdrew when they turned violent, and those who heeded the president's call to embrace dialogue by withdrawing from the protest. The Nigeria Police Force remains committed to maintaining peace, protecting the nation's heritage, and working with the public to ensure the safety and stability of this great country, Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
Yeah, that's their police. So they have foreign actors that are deceiving Nigerians that they are hungry. That's what the policeman said. Okay, the Nigerians who are protesting, they were deceived. They were brainwashed to go out there and demand for a better life and a better government. That's what the police is saying. So flying a flag of a foreign country in Nigeria is a capital offense. It's BS. Because it is in that same Nigeria, in that same northern Nigeria, where you saw them for months now, where they have been defending Palestine and calling out Israel. Other parts of Nigeria, places where they have flags of different kind of countries, they believe they have allegiance to. That's not a capital offense or Galopa. So, but calling for the military to come and take over is also not a capital offense. Because they didn't plan any coup. Yeah. But Nigerian policemen serves not the people, but the elite. They do not obey the law. They just make up a nonsense in their heads, and that becomes a law in their warped minds. And since Nigerians have been too battered, too brutalized, too assaulted to even see through that, so the guy like that can face the camera on an international TV and say, carrying or waving a Russian flag is a capital offense. Capital offense means that if you are arrested, they will kill you. Yeah, that's what capital offense means. So they are throwing capital offense at protesters, Baba, because of flag, because of a cloth, a piece of cloth. Then they are saying that those who are protesting were brainwashed to go and say that they are hungry. But in that same press release, the same police officer said some people are taking advantage of the economic hardship protest in Nigeria. What the hell are you talking about? But some said that it was the El-Rufai and Yeye Bello that sponsored the Nigerians who are flying. They sponsored the protest in the north, and they are the ones who are giving Russian flags to the protesters. But guess who they sent to come and defend that? Alakpasa. What do you call this guy again? Alakpasa or something? He actually said few things that I feel like, number one, the guy is calling for help. And at the same time, the guy is also confessing the fact that APC, Egbekegbe, una don't finish for that northern Nigeria. That one is the fact. I can promise you that. So the people that Thiefnubu will need to bribe in order to rig them are the ones who are now saying they can't wait till 2027. They want him out now. See the person where they sent to go and tell you that Yeye Bello and El-Rufai are not the ones sponsoring the protest in northern Nigeria. I know it's $1 talk, right? But I listened to him and he said few things that I want you to also hear, so that when they are doing the funeral for the APC, Egbekegbe, and all these guys are being hunted and are being picked up, maybe one of the Orashiri you can come to pass too. Listen.
Our fellow Baptists
who genuinely, conscientiously support our president, President Bola Tinubu, those of you who genuinely brought this government to power and wish our president well, I mean, we just have to be very, very careful going forward. These are our brothers, whom some people, some idiots in our party, through this them say sort of crap, basically emasculated from the party, you know, claiming they are corrupt, they are this, they are plotting against the Ashiwaju. People, these are the people. In fact, the funny thing is that the people that Jackson Ude mentioned, Yaya Bello, Nasir El-Rufai, Bello Matawale, these were people that were very, very close to former President Muhammadu Buhari. They are the three people that sued him over Naira scarcity, Naira redesign, that insane satanic policy of idea of Godwin Emefiele to make us lose election. They are the ones who sued in support of President Tinubu. They were critical to us winning election. Then an obedient mentions them. I mean, without no evidence. It says they are responsible. Yaya Bello of all people. Nasir El-Rufai. And that they are in cahoots with. Do you know what is happening? It's the same thing that is happening in this nationwide protest. These idiots are trying to divide us. And some of us, Baptists, some of us APC supporters, we are some of us in this government, in our government, are so stupid, so idiotic, as to allow them to divide us. We are falling apart like this, oh. We are falling apart. How many of us are there? How many of us won this election? We won election, not because we were spectacular. Just get out of my sight, my friend. We won election because God wanted Ashiwaju to be president. We won by the lowest margin since 1999. That's what, I'm a Catholic. It's so clear to me. God made Ashiwaju president, despite all the odds. And these people they are mentioning were crucial in us winning that election. So let's continue this nonsense of tearing ourselves apart. Let's continue this nonsense of falling apart miserably, while the other side is gathering together and sponsoring mayhem, insurrection against us, then claiming that it's our brothers, whom idiots in this government, through them say nonsense, emasculated, drove out of from our midst. Our dear brothers, Yaya Bello, Nasir El-Rufai. Nobody is perfect. I have fundamental differences with them. But they are our brothers. They stood with us when it mattered most. Who is perfect? Am I? No, but no one is. Not even Ashiwaju is perfect. Only our Lord Jesus Christ is perfect. Only God is perfect. They are our brothers. So let's continue tearing ourselves apart when we won presidency with less than 40% of the votes. My own theory of those who are instigating people to treason, to be carrying, can you imagine, Russia? We are bigger than Russia.
We have more population than Russia. Carrying Russian flags on our own soil. Calling for military coup. That Yaya and Nasser are in Niger. Doing what? Where's the proof? Where? There is something really, really wrong with us in this party. We are just falling apart. Now, so far, what I would say in terms of at least the northern dimension of this so-called nationwide protest, which is just an excuse for mayhem. If we had our brothers still with us, fully with us, free to do what any Nigerian citizen should be able to do. If we had Yaya Bello, if we had Nasir El-Rufai with us, these are people like me. They are not afraid of anything. They will speak their mind. They would have calmed down the North. They would have spoken up for Ashiwaju. Those now that we have in government, we have in various critical places in critical appointment. What have they been saying? Have you heard from them? I'm asking you, my fellow APC members. Have you heard from them? No, it is how they even got across to a notorious obedient like Jackson Ude, an anti-Tinubu character like that, to now be in the midst of this nationwide protest when we should be synergizing, coming together to support our president. We are further tearing ourselves apart. The Bello did not say anything to do. El-Rufai did not say anything to do. Is to be saying Russian flag. Man, shame on all of you, you crazy people in this party. May God uproot all of you from our midst. You are not Baptists. You are not progressives. You don't love Ashiwaju. You don't love President Tinubu. And God will remove you. God will separate all of you from our president. I owe you all, my fellow Baptists,
This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992, when I encounter you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend, and I call him my friend, and calls me my son, and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know.
So that was the Onokpasa, what do you call him? Onokpasa, who practically was angry that there are those around Thiefnubu that are leaking information about what's going on inside Thiefnubu's illegitimate regime to some outsiders. And they continue to do that in order to further divide Thiefnubu and his helpers. Yeye Bello, El-Rufai, the two thieves. El-Rufai stole over 400 billion as governor in Kaduna. 74.7 Kaduna children. They cannot read or write. But they told you El-Rufai changed Kaduna. No, he didn't. Well, okay, he did. But it was. With one of the out-of-school children in the north, 8 years of El-Rufai, 425 billion naira stolen. Onokpasa was like, well, what is such a big deal about that? Is that enough for you to now begin to say El-Rufai cannot? If he was here now, he would have spoken to them in the north to calm them down, really. Then he mentioned Yeye Bello, fugitive Yeye Bello. He was like, waiting still where anybody, other people have not stolen. If he's here right now, it would have helped. The way they helped Thiefnubu when Bokuwari took him, strangulated them politically, and he was about to be disgraced. That's why he said when they made Fiole, made the monetary policy in order to make sure that the Thiefnubu would not have enough money to buy all of you then. So he's angry that Yaya Bello that stole over 70 billion from the Kogi people would have been very helpful right now. Mr. Tatata, which is pretty much like the violence, is what he's talking about. So he want the APC to come together. Let us. So I found this clip of Okay Bakassi talking about this protest and other issues. So I bring you the first part of it, if you don't mind, before we take calls. Yeah. Okay, which one is should go first? Okay, I'll show you one last clip from the protest in Nigeria. Sokoto, Kaduna, and then Kaduna.
Go now.
Ai sun kama wayannan. A ba shi abin. Nan da makacan kaya. Allah shi haka.
See police with Russia Twitter, Russia black. Ya Allah.
So I decided to kind of put that back so you can see their truck. They seized Russian flags. They seized them from protesters. The mumus come put them on top of their truck. Call the driver. Is that not their policemen flying the Russian flags? And the Russian flag. That was in Kaduna. Listen to this, from Okay Bakassi. Quite an interesting gist. You know him.
Against the two political parties. At least we have seen APC for 8 years. We can, all of us now, if we want to be very honest with us, we have seen APC for 8 years. We saw PDP for 16 years. We have seen APC for only 8 years. You can compare the two, and I can tell you my personal opinion, quote me, Okay Bakassi, that APC is worse for democracy more than the PDP. And I'll give you my reasons. Under the PDP government, there were several protests. Several. People could speak, question certain things, protest. Yeah? Since Buhari came in, the most that has happened is NSAS. And you know how it ended. You know how NSAS ended. Yeah? Till today, lots of question marks. You get? And if you use economic indices to measure it, it has been a downward trend for human capital development since that time. Things have been on a decline. By whether you want, anyhow you want to take economic indices, take check. You understand? But we are in so basically right now there are more reasons to even protest than before. But the experts in protest are the people now in power. Are the people who understand. Experts. In them, and their work now.
I participated in some of the protests they organized now. Like the one we occupied Ojota for to resist fuel subsidy removal. Which they came now and removed. First they said it's gone. I said it's gone. They removed it. Now we are hearing it's partially removed. We don't even know which one it is. Whether it's gone or it's not gone. So that is how confused we are now. So, and I believe with these few points of mind, you can understand that these guys are worse for us when you compare those two people. You know, we can't even, I don't want to go into foreign exchange rate and all that. Now, when you nudge people, even when it comes to election results and announcement, you will agree that this last election was the worst that we have seen. Yeah, it's just like being in a football match. Where they play match, on a score goal, then bring out scoreboard. They award the goal where on a score to the opponent. On score, shall go. On a go.
Now go check board.
On a go. They wait, make the other people who on a score pass ball. They say no, na go pass. You say no, now we score. They say no, na go pass. You know they see scoreboard. You say, but this scoreboard is not a reflection of what they have. They say, go to court.
Go to the FA.
If you don't like it, report to the FA. You think say that play, my brother. That's so he stand. They carry trophy, give people who own that score good. You understand? But you see, these are the things happening in Nigeria now. Now, this is a country where, I'll give you an example. Somebody like Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah? They lock him. APC lock him since Buhari.
It's not 2021.
APC lock him. Tina, how many people have died in the southeast over all manner of protests and lockdown and no movement and all those things? The people will hold and see hold them. And nobody do anything. You get? Good. So you want now make Peter come out, go lead protests. Then go hold up. Then more people go die again for southeast over nothing. The rest of the country go, they move around, they live their life. Una go talk for maybe 1 week.
Once in a while, you remember.
Once in a while, una remember. Then they gonna say, you know, say they, as in they do sit at home on Mondays for Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe they do sit at home on Tuesdays for P2P. Yeah? How many weeks remain for my people to take go market? How many people remain for my people to take go market?
2 days off the working day.
I don't know whether
maybe they just changed the democracy day.
To waiting.
They changed it to the day he won the election.
They for kuku call him Abiola Day. Not be here, me and you, the University of Lagos. Yeah. They say, Goodluck Jonathan say in remembrance of MK Abiola, let us honor him by naming the university after him. The people say no. Remember. They say no, don't change our university to MK Abiola. The same MKO.
No, they're kids. You know those ones are kids. We're not.
The same MKO.
We're not old when.
No, I'm just saying now. And they tell you history now. Okay. The same MKO that was loved, that went to defend his mandate, and they locked him up, and he died. They said, name university in memory of him. His people say no. Now you want Peter Obina to just go and die. The small candidate where we see, where we help. No, Peter should just stay away from protests. Stay away from all the traps set by human beings. You understand? Let him just be alive.
But so is that what Kenneth Okonkwo is actually?
So I don't know what Kenneth is driving at. But so for me, you understand? I don't know what Kenneth is trying to achieve. But I don't think Kenneth is in a very good position to make utterances about Peter, his profile, his direction, his wisdom, his capacity, his strength. And Kenneth is nowhere in position to make all those ones. And I'll tell you my reason. Kenneth has not won any election in Nigeria. He's my colleague. He's an actor lawyer. I'm an actor engineer. Yeah? He never win any election before. P2B has won election twice. He was 2-term governor of Anambra State.
And he went to court.
Yeah? He has survived trials and tribulation to the electoral process. They impeach him. He go court, win him mandate back. If not fight, the guy has shown fight. The guy went into a race 8 months before time and was able to put up a fight for the first time. Any candidate who does not belong to a major party won Abuja and Lagos. The 2 seats of government of action in Nigeria. He won it. There has never been a president that has been president without winning those 2 places. He won those 2 places. To show how his spread is. Abuja is northern part. Lagos is western part. You understand what I'm saying? He took those 2 states that INEC cannot deny. You get? So the man has proved himself as a fighter, as a people mobilizer, as a person with integrity, as a person where you fit say, I go stand behind you, whether money day or money no. So you don't get anything to prove to Kenneth. Kenneth never even win one election. When they carry and go court, main defender successfully. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So you to say the man lacks the, you cannot say that. I know Peter personally. He was at my 50th birthday. He was one of my guests at my 50th birthday. He's a strong man. Forget his soft voice. You understand? He's a man that is equal to other men. But when you approach Nigerian politics, you approach with wisdom. And history will tell you that people have gone. Bola Ige died here till tomorrow Nigerian state never find who. Harry Marshall died in River State. Till today we see the talk story. Yeah? The one where they named this street after I'm here. No. Williams.
Williams. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. He died in Lagos State. Yeah, we see the talk story. You understand what I'm saying? You will now add Peter to the list. If I be Peter, if Peter even tries, still die. Peter still die around. If I go there somewhere, they take breeze. Can we just move to another thing?
Like I told you, right? It was an interesting gist. Okay, you cannot really fault him. It was there dishing out important facts that somehow, right? You can easily disagree. You get what I mean? Like you can say, I disagree or I agree. But he was doing so, jocularly. Jocularly. That means he was making you laugh still or say, oh yeah. Anyway, now person we talk say one die for Nigeria. If you die for Nigeria, Baba waste life any. I tell you. Or turn around and talk say they fight for Nigerians. If they craze. Fight for who? Anybody when you fight for himself, Baba day or day, I'm fighting for myself. You should fight for yourself. So now if all of us come to fight the same enemy together, we will be bigger. But if you come sit down there, they look for person who go fight for you. Oh, cripple, disable. You are looking for human rights fighter. So apa ekoni, abe se ekoni, abe brain e jobani. You should be enough to know that if I don't want this, I want something better. Then you have to stand up yourself. That be talking rice that they share rice. They share rice for this Thiefnubu time. Baba, you have to live up to the oath. Look at this guy. Walk and stand. I say, I'm a disabled. Where you have me on bag rice Baba. What these guys are doing to all of us, if you are not handicapped or disabled, abiti brain about jobber or doba. No, it's brain jobber or doba, I don't know, right? You should be should be bold enough to stand with others in fighting for what you think could make your life better. They are making it harder for you. Because they are making it hard for you. Don't make it harder for yourself. Okay. Thanks so much, everyone. This is where we're going to draw the curtain. Me. Okay. And then I'm going to take calls. So we have about 50 minutes. I'm going to use about 2 of that. So you have 47 minutes. So I will be back. Please, if you have to go right now after this, right? Like the broadcast, share it. And if you really have 1 or 2 things to say to this, then pick up the phone and call in. I'll be back shortly. Thank you very much, everyone. I've got 1 or 2 announcements to make. The first one is to remind us all, especially those of you who are part of the Yoruba Union and those who want to be part of that too, right? So tomorrow, our new union website is going to go live, okay? And I'm going to share that here. Our summit comes up from the 22nd to 25th. I've been saying that all this while. Now we are just about 16 days to go. 16 days. Now, if you really want to be part of that, you need to book a ticket to be part of it. Okay, it's gated or it's ticketed. It's for 3 days. So you can read. I'm going to leave the link in the comments as well. Okay, and you can also support the union. Through the links I shared in that comment as well. Okay, so I have a caller, and let's see. Okay, I think we can go with that now. Hello there.
Hello, Baba.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
My name is John Connell from Boston.
Your name again?
John is Connell from Boston.
Okay. From
John Lee. John is
John Lee. Okay. Can I just call you John then?
John is John is John is.
I'm gone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think I can probably try to hear you now. I just want to pick the first name. Don't give me all the names. Just give me something to call you. Sorry.
John Eze from Boston.
John
Eze. John, John. John
Is that
Eze.
James, right? I don't know. Okay.
This is John Eze
Your
from
line is
Boston.
better now. You are like talking like as if to say you are far away from it. I was struggling to hear you. Yeah.
Johnny from Boston. Yeah.
Johnny, okay.
Baba,
Yeah,
how are you?
Now? I mean, I was wondering, like, why are you like you are talking from the other room, and I'm struggling with that. But thank you, Thank you so much. Now I hear you. Please, Baba.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Baba? How you doing, Baba? How you doing?
I'm very well, oh. You are far away from it again. Is the phone on speaker or something?
God. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now. Then
Okay. How you
like
doing?
you just left the phone and you move back, kind of, right?
Oh, sorry about that.
No,
how are you? How is your family?
It's so clear now. I can hear you. Baba?
Okay.
Please.
All right. Let me bless you as usual. Baba Maiyegun.
Baba?
It shall be well with you.
He said.
May the Lord bless you.
Amen.
May the Lord strengthen you.
Amen.
May the Lord give you the strength and the wisdom and the understanding to move this message forward in the name of Chukwu Gabiam.
He say, thank you.
I will go directly. I won't waste time. One, I don't know this Oleburuku that was appreciating Bola Ahmed Thiefnubu for what he have done. You see, this kind of people, this kind of individual, now then they bring the real enmity from Nigeria.
That's right.
This man now, for your own aspects, for your own knowledge and wisdom, can this man approve one single thing that APC has done in less than 1 year? Can he show us evidence? Our people say evidence is proof.
Nothing good.
What he will prove to us is death, killing, poverty, and the economy that is not
corruption,
going to favor the masses. The corruption. My message to the Temple of Truth.
Sir.
My message to our northern brothers, Yoruba brothers. I call it Oduduwa Nation. That is what I call it. Oduduwa Nation. And my regards to the Biafran brothers, wherever they are. There is one thing we are fighting according to Mazen Namdekalo. Injustice. Right. Freedom for all, not for only for me and Nandekalo, for everybody. If Abia State gets steady light, Odobolu supposed to have special steady light
as well.
If Odobolu have water, standard water, Abia State is supposed to have standard water.
That's what you call a country.
If Odobolu, the indigenous of Odobolu are employed, the people of Abia State have to do employed too.
A working system.
If Odobolu have government infrastructure, Abia State is supposed to have government infrastructure too. So my message to us, believers, wherever you are, as you are living in Nigeria, stand up right now. Stand up right now and let us fight this battle for all. Don't say, hey, that's my car over there. Don't say, hey, people are not coming out. We are backsliders. We can't continue. My brother, this is, I keep saying that this is the opportunity that they have given to us, and God provide this opportunity for us to fight this monster at a time. There is one message that one of our sisters share to us. He said, you can pack your book. He said, our enemy is those people. But we have to start fighting those people, those our leaders. They are the best one that we have to start fighting with first. Before, when the people that colonize us see that we have finished dealing with these criminals and these rogues, they will give up from us. That is my message to everyone. May the Lord bless you. And you May the Lord strengthen you.
Amen.
One more thing. Mazen Nandekalo, I pray for him.
Amen.
Wherever he is, I know that the good Lord will bring him out successfully. And he will live and see what God has prepared him for. In the name of Chukwu Gabiama. He said, you have a blessed day, Baba Maiyegun. God bless you. Bye.
Amen. You have a good one, sir. Yeah, that's that's one brilliant submission there. You see, when one of us is not free, all of us is not free. You know that. When one of us is in bondage, all of us are in bondage. It is just what it is. If if you are looking for freedom, the idea of freedom should also come with the idea of collectively we can free ourselves, right? And nobody, no man should be left behind, except the ones who wanted to be left behind. So I like that, and I support it. Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun General. Good afternoon. This is the African Wahala.
Yes, sir. That's Prince Adewale, the African Wahala. Baba, how are you today?
I'm doing very well.
Class.
What about you?
I'm well, very well too. Thanks for asking, Baba.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the show. Thank you so much for the program. I wanted to amplify a point that you made about that APC supporter that came on and was explaining how, yes, that guy that was saying something about, he said a point that was so stupid about Russia. Nigeria is bigger than Russia. I mean, these are the lies that these people spread. And it makes a lot of young people delusional, thinking that they actually have a great country. And that's where you find many people saying stuff like, Nigeria will be great again. Oh, I believe Nigeria will be great again. It's a lie. Nigeria cannot be great again because Nigeria was never great in the first place. The only reason, and anybody can double check this, the only reason Nigeria was created by the British was so that they could stop clashing with the French and the Germans. That's it.
Please remind them.
The only consideration why Nigeria ever came into existence in the first place was because the British, the French, and the Germans were fighting over the conquered territories in West Africa. That's why they created Nigeria and many other countries in West Africa.
Please tell them
so
too
if people,
that they had to actually buy the areas that are today Yobe, Adamawa, and all these axes there. They had to buy, including part of Borno, they had to buy them off the French. If not, all those places will be part of Cameroon today. Tell them.
Exactly.
So that people need to
the
have
Germans,
that this was entirely business arrangements. Entirely.
It was purely business, 100%. And the beneficiaries of the business were the British, French, and Germans. Yes. It had no business with the indigenous people of the area. It's none of our business. Nigeria was not created for us. People need to get this message. So if for 125 years after the creation of Nigeria, at least 80% of the population has been suffering on a consistent basis, why are you proud of that kind of creation? And why do you keep saying that Nigeria will become great again?
How?
But back to the point. So that man is one of those people that will be sending messages to the younger people in his family, talking about, Asiwaju is our man. In 1962, the Igbos, they did this. In 1947, they are those kind of people that send WhatsApp messages. You can tell already because we have them in our own family too.
They are there. They are.
So please, people, if you ever come across these types of so-called elders, don't listen to them. They are lying. They are lying to you. Point blank. Period. Nigeria was never great. Nigeria is not greater than Russia.
No.
Even though Russia's population is maybe 100 million, see, even if Russia's population is 90 million people and Nigeria's fake population is 250 million, which is fake, by the way, it doesn't make it any greater. No. Russia will crush. Russia is economically, militarily, every single aspect of Russia. Listen, the city of St. Petersburg has a greater economy than the entire Nigeria, the city of St. Petersburg. So people need to stop being delusional. Nigeria is not great. Nigeria was not created for us. Nigeria has to go at some point, and we're in the process. So people keep on protesting. Encourage your family members to do the same. Thank you so much, Maiyegun.
God bless you, the African Wahala. Love that. There is another caller as well. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun. Good evening.
Hello, sir. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. I've been calling for like forever.
I know. I'm glad
But then,
you make it through now.
yeah, I'm glad I made it through. Well, I want to first of all thank African Wala for his submission. That's very, very opposite and intelligent. Well, my name is Damlola, as you already know, and there's something I've not said about myself here before, and I would say it, but I will still leave some details out. I'll say it because today I want to speak from a professional standpoint, and I want to also speak from some sense of authority. I work as a corporate and marketing communications manager for a bilateral organization in Nigeria here. I don't want to mention the name of the organization because they didn't tell me that. Yes. So, and if I call myself a diplomat, I'll be very correct as well.
Right.
So there's something I've been noticing in Nigerians media, and they've been doing it, and they keep winning at it because a lot of us are stupid. It is called agenda setting or narrative setting. And I'll give you instances, facts as to how they are doing it. I watched some of those idiots today, you know, the argument they are having with the North and all. Some of them were claiming that Tinubu is a Southern president. And that narrative is spreading like a wildfire.
It is. I saw that too.
Yeah. Tinubu, the last I checked, we have 17 states in the South. Tinubu only managed to win 4 of that. 4 of 16 is just a little, 4 of 17 is just a little bit above 25%.
Yeah, 1/4. A quarter.
A little bit above 25%, yes. Yes. So how would you say
someone 17 anyway, just using 16 as a divider here, right?
Yeah,
make it look like a quarter.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? But
Like
we
a quarter.
we can give him a quarter of South, the entire South. Like
exactly. Let's give him a quarter. Now, now, how would you say someone that scored 25 over 100 is a majority? Then how would you say Tinubu is a Southern president? Let me share something on this platform today. In media, we call something cues. Cues are things you say, not because you want people to actually get what you are saying, but you want to deceive them with those things. We call something half-truth. Half-truth is you're saying the truth, but you're not opening up entirely about what you're saying. We call something post-truth. Post-truth is you have a fact. You are saying the truth with that fact, but you are using that fact to lie. And that's why people usually say facts don't lie, but facts can be used to lie.
Yes.
For example, Donald Trump once said COVID-19 is a Chinese virus. You could say it's right, but it was actually setting an agenda. It was setting a narrative that it was being racist and setting a narrative against the Chinese. Exactly. So the same thing.
The Chinese are making it look like they created its purpose. I get you.
Exactly. Now, where am I going? The same thing is happening in Nigeria today. This is how. Nobody in Nigeria is flying Russian flag. Don't make that mistake. Don't accept that lie. What people are flying is Nigerians' military flag. But because they want to lie, you see, APC has a way in the media. If you can just calm down and understand those people, they are crooks. When they started flying that flag, the outside guys were saying something like, Sojo Misoso, Sojo Misoso. That's what they were chanting. And that means, soldier, you can come and rescue us. You can come and take over. But in their usual ways of turning narratives, setting narratives, changing things upside down.
Just like that.
They have to
Everyone
look
on
for a
social
way
media
to
just came
link.
into the agenda and help them spread it like wildfire.
Exactly. They had a way to link that to Russia because of what Russia had been doing in West Africa. Russia do not need our protests
to
come to Nigeria if they want to do anything here. They will just snap a finger and they will get Nigeria.
In Nigeria, they don't need to use a flag or a protest.
They don't need us. They don't need us.
But
so at the end of the day, if you come
to say Russia is already sponsoring it, and many in Nigeria actually believe that. And guess what? Like you call it an agenda, it got some people pissed off about the protest, no doubt. You know.
I mean, if you can just calm down. Let me give you another instance on what they are doing at the moment.
Please.
You see, Nigerian security forces keep showing to me every day how dumb and stupid they are. They keep showing to me that they actually don't have any intelligence, but whenever they say they have intelligence, they are lying to everybody because they don't have one.
There's no intelligence.
They said something like they've been able to arrest and pen some people down as the sponsor of protest and all of that. I mean, is anything criminal in sponsoring a protest?
Nothing is criminal about sponsoring protests. Nothing.
But because they are daft, they can't even, they are daft. They can't even think that what they are saying is wrong. Like, it is just exactly like when Tinubu did his abracadabra with the Supreme Court and they got autonomy and all. And everybody is saying Tinubu has gotten autonomy for Nigeria. If you are sensible enough, you should know that that should not be arrogated to Tinubu in any way, because judicial system in Nigeria is supposed to be independent. And if anybody interferes with that, it becomes illegality. But because they are stupid and the media has set the agenda, they want to say that Tinubu has done this and they want to make it look like it's an achievement for Tinubu. Everybody just eats it and say, yes, Tinubu has created autonomy. It's a lie. So if you can calm down, look at how these people draw their narratives, you will then understand that these are crooks. They are just looking for ways to discredit the protest. And let me not lie to you, they are succeeding already.
I mean, I've seen some protesters also shouting because of the flag, Russia, come, Russia, come. So the narrative, the agenda has now met all the society that possibly bought it without knowing.
Yes. I mean, I have some of them as friends. In fact, okay, because of what happened about the Russian flag thing and all, I had to call my lawyer earlier today. And I asked him, is there something I'm missing? The guy now had to tell me that, see, even if you flag Russian flag in Nigeria,
yes,
it is still no crime.
There is no crime about
because
because
they commit several things.
All these criminals sometimes, okay? These are a bunch of criminals who can interpret the law the way they think.
The way they feel it should be. You're very correct.
Usually, even as corrupt as their courts are, right? Seriously, if you take their police, illiterate policemen and the other, if you take them to court, they always lose. You know that?
Oh, definitely. They would lose because they
most of what they do are just like at the discretion of that illiterate officer.
Exactly.
No matter if it's a commissioner of police, illiterate is illiterate, you know?
That's just exactly what I wanted to say with what my lawyer told me. He said, flagging a flag in a protest or anywhere could mean that you're solidarizing with them, you're calling them to your rescue. It could mean a lot of things. Then if anybody arrests you based on that, he who asserts must prove. They must prove that you are using that flag to call for Nigerians' disintegration or change of power. If they cannot prove that, then there's nothing wrong with you flagging it. I mean, most of us have multiple flags in our cars now. Does it mean we are criminals or calling for change of government?
Companies in Nigeria, they have different flags. They are flying every day next to
very
the
correct
flag. They've never.
Does that make them criminals? Does that make them committing
treason? They are criminals for flying a foreign flag.
So I will just beg everybody before I leave tonight. Whenever they start don't jump on APC propaganda. They are very, very corny at it. You have to, be able to calm down and reason it through and see where they are coming from and where they are going. As it is now, they've used that Russian thing to just, douse the tensions they have and bring down the energy from the protesters and all of that. But, well, I know some of us still understand what is going on, and some of us are still doing what we have to do. And finally, before I go, I want to appreciate every Yoruba person that come out in Ojota for the protest. They are the real Yorubas. They are not the bastards.
They're not Omoalis. Mm-hmm.
And this is why I'm saying it. If you live in Yoruba land today, you will know that we have become cowards and strangers in our land. Talk, stout, we tell you not to come out and you will lock your door on your head. You are mad. Stout, we tell you not to come out and you will lock your door on your head. You will not come out. You are crazy.
In Yoruba land.
Because if you are not in Yoruba land, because if you are not crazy, you will come out, even if it is just to prove them wrong that you're not the owners of this land, but you should come out. So thank you very much. You're doing a great job, sir.
Thank you too. Okay, thanks so much for that perspective you took us this evening. Okay, you have a good one and stay safe, Baba. So that's damning, ladies and gentlemen. I have another caller on the line, but I am going to urge you. I do that all the time, right? We only have just about 25 minutes to go. 25 minutes to go. You see, and if you haven't liked this broadcast yet, please. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, the general.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine. Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well. Oh, how are you too?
I'm good. I just want to draw our leg back on something. Please. Because what I wanted to say, African Wahala, I've said it, but I just want to hit on one point this evening.
Please, sir.
Have you noticed that since the protest has started, there is nothing like kidnapping, there is nothing like suicide bombing, there is nothing like terrorism.
At least if there is any, it's no longer that rampant anymore. But yeah, you are right. I've not really heard news that much.
That is what I'm saying. Like before, we do hear news from capital about that every day, different states, even to the capital.
And now, in the last 1 week, I've only heard one, which was that they attacked a police station in Borno or something. And I've never heard anything major since then. None.
Very correct. That shows you that Nigeria government knows everything that is going on.
They do.
So my submission this evening is let's break Nigeria down and save life. Break up Nigeria and save life.
That is where I hang my save lives. I like that. It's getting there gradually and gradually. Now they are mentioning new constitution. They are mentioning referendum. Who knows? We are closer than we can imagine. Thank you so much.
I believe it. Thank you and have a nice evening.
And you too. Stay safe, man. So there you have it. We are closer than you can imagine. But let me tell you something. There are those of us, me, 100%, I am always for the breakup of Nigeria. Okay? But you see that word breakup usually makes some people uncomfortable, right? But I am not a dafty to understand that we need ourselves if we want to break Nigeria, okay? So we need ourselves, right? And needing ourselves in the sense that we would need a substantial part of us to agree to want to leave or even participate in the referendum in a way, okay? Because what they usually do is that they usually rally others around against any of you wants to leave. So rather than do that to us, now we were supposed to rally together. Those who claim to want a working Nigeria, not this one. Those who believe that we all need to go our separate ways, and others who believe that, we could have a regional system where everybody's still a part of that contraption, or in a different arrangement where we can manage our own affair that way. See, all of us get our choices and all that, including those of you who want a working Nigeria, because some of you believe that if you get rid of these guys, a new system put in place, Nigeria will work. I don't believe that, but I just have to agree with you, because you know why? You want to get rid of this system, so you're my friend, okay? Because I know the moment we're all able to kind of get rid of this entire system and get rid of this entire criminals, right? There's going to be a time to fill in all those vacuums. And when I say vacuum, right, I'm talking about where we are going to be able to now say, okay, oh yeah, how you want me to do which one do you think could make this thing work? And all of now we won't leave. Can you just if you just do 20 years under this arrangement that everybody man handle their own affair, do your own thing. But when it comes to economic policies, this policy and that one, right? We leave that one for federal. Others, you handle your thing, right? But if you no work after 20 years, from regional whatever, everybody they face your own destiny. I'm just saying, because you know something. These criminals have to go. They have to go. The entire establishment needs to go, be destroyed from north to the south. I don't care which of the side you belong to. The entire system needs to collapse. The criminals who have put the system in place, they all need to go. I wanted to say they all need to die. So, if you want Biafra, I want Yoruba nation. Others want Arewa. Others want Kwararafa. Some even want their own this sort. You can have all of that. But with this current arrangement, where they all agree, are you not seeing any? The East, the West, the South, the everywhere, the North, all of them have agreed to kill us. They say this arrangement is not negotiable. The one we know they work for us, they say no, it's not negotiable. We either take it and pray, may it work. We know it won't work, but they said it's not negotiable. You can't change it. We need to get rid of them, or else you won't have Biafra. We won't have the Yoruba nation. You won't have all those things you think you are imagining. These guys will be agreeing to be killing us. And the reason why they have the power to kill us is because they are the one in charge of this contraption. And it doesn't even matter who. Listen, the entire establishment is built in a way that it doesn't matter who is there. So we need it to go. So if you have to cooperate, if you have to support every one of those who are trying to do their best to push back, do it. It doesn't deny you of what you believe in. We need to gather and beat them. I'm serious. So sorry, I left this person for like about 5 minutes. Are you there?
I'm here, Maiyegun.
Mommy, I'm so sorry, right? I just had to say that.
Oh, no.
Because some of the times people
problem.
feel like, oh, we need to get out of this Nigeria. I want to get out of that contraption too. But guess what? The people who are controlling and holding all of us down, they are from all tribes, ethnic, religion, all of them are together, elite. And the reason why they are all together is because this system is working for them. It may not be working for majority, but it's working for them. They don't want it to change. But if you can break it, if you can break it up, you will be saving millions of lives from this contraption. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, ma'am. How are you this evening, ma'am?
Anytime. I'm fine, thank you. How are you too and the family?
I am very well, oh. We're all doing well. Thanks for asking.
Thank God.
Please.
Oh, Maiyegun, fast forward. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I was, watching. Is it the immigration woman or Air Force? What is that rank?
Immigration, no. I'm sorry, custom rather. Customs. Yesterday.
Custom. Okay. Now this is my anger now, right? Everybody is coming out and saying the people sponsoring. Okay. Oshiomhole come outside and said it's faceless people that are sponsoring, right?
Yes.
Now this custom woman came out to say it's the people from Diaspora.
She said it too.
Now the other man too had to, say his own that they're no more even using the bank. We are using Bitcoin. Are these people stupid? So my question now is, what are they sponsoring? Because I was asking somebody yesterday, I said, now, if they say we are sponsoring protests, right? Did they give these children any gun to use in fighting them? At least they will say, okay, these people are the ones buying them this ammunition.
Now they say we are brainwashing them. Mommy, do we actually need to brainwash somebody who is hungry before they can go out and say, I'm hungry, like for real?
So that one is the sponsoring.
That's what we are sponsoring. We are sponsoring them to
Hey, Jesus.
And because of that,
and
we are put under surveillance. If you go Nigeria now,
I tell you.
Is that not a threat to us? It's a directed threat.
Serious one. Where are they going? Like, they want to take this thing away from the regional thing that these children are crying for, to now another thing. Telling people in diaspora that when you call, they will check you. If they find out that you sent some money, you know, one of my aunties came to America and
they
she
said
just,
if you send money, you know, they'll track you and say you are sponsoring protests.
imagine. My auntie just called me from, she's in Maryland now.
Oh.
I was like, you know that I heard when you were saying you want to send some money to Maiyegun. My dear, please take it easy, so that they will not trace your account. I'm like, how does sending money to Maiyegun
so it's already working.
Affect people in?
So that means that threat is already working on some people.
It's already working. No, I not told her. I said, Auntie, please, all these things people are saying, don't mind them. Maiyegun is Maiyegun. We are doing a Yoruba, whatever. That one is these people that are, you know, trying to help people. It doesn't even concern the people in Nigeria. Besides, they say we are sponsoring. What are we sponsoring? Are we the ones sponsoring the thugs that are giving them 5,000 to stand and be killing people? Or are we the ones telling them the people that carry placards and say they gave them 1,000 naira for them to come and say no protest, but they got there and they started saying there's protest? If all these children are being sponsored to come out and say they are hungry, you will not see them outside. You will see them outside because somebody is there feeding them. Somebody is there giving them what they want.
So
but they really did not be reaching from the why are they coming outside? I mean, if they have sponsors, they don't need to come out.
That means they don't.
If people should do the next thing. You are there putting blame, looking for somebody to put your blame on. Now they want to track on diaspora. They want to say that they are doing it. You will see now they'll start blocking people's accounts from diaspora now for them not to send money. That's what they want to start doing. Okay, sponsoring this protest, people are shouting they're hungry. What is bad in it? For a country to be good, you people say no. They just want the country to be stagnant.
Yes.
What is wrong with these people?
You
come here for hospital. You see how imagine you see how the hospital everything is going on fine. Can't they make Nigerian hospital to be good? They see their road. They come here, things are looking okay. Can't they do their own too to be good?
No, they don't care.
And people are coming out to protest, and they're there saying it's from diaspora. They are sending money. They are using Bitcoin. They are using.
Call us enemy of Nigeria. You did not see that part. You did not hear that part, ma. They said we are enemies of Nigeria for inciting Nigerians to go and say they are hungry.
They are hungry.
I've never seen anything like this.
Hey, Joe, how many people do we want to incite? The ones in North, are we the one inciting them?
Now, I want it.
Did you see that small boy that was holding stone? And they asked him what he want to use. He said he's going to stone his governor. They said why? He said because he's hungry. For 2 days he has not eaten. He had to go out and beg for food. Who is sponsoring that guy to do that?
Now us. We're the ones speaking to them and talking to them in their dreams and in their sleep. Tomorrow you go out and do zanga zanga. Okay, tomorrow zanga zanga. They are just like that. They said they received. See, they even said they have arrested 5 Spaniards as those who are sponsoring the protest or more. Oh,
you see confusion. They are just confused.
That's what they do.
What? They don't even know. They don't even know where to even direct. They don't know what to do again.
They don't
know who to hold.
No, they don't care if you see them as stupid. But you see that thing they are pushing. You will see all of them with high-ranking officers. They will be repeating the same line. And that's how you will know that that place,
you go say, well,
they need to get rid of them. Wherever we get rid of, for now, a lot of people believe that there is the momentum is going down. People don't even understand what a protest is, right? You see this kind of thing, ma'am, you will see people, they will be taking breaks between, okay? Like, for example, you may see Edo State massive today, not massive tomorrow. Because, they'll take a break. Then it's going to be Rivers. That will be like, oh my God, what's going on here? Or that same Kaduna that is still giving us that kind of not backing down. But there's something is going to happen that will eventually get those who feels like, oh, we don't know, maybe we should join them or not. You are going to join them. This is not going away anytime soon. Even Kenya, they are talking about, ma'am. Do you know they are still protesting? That's why all they've managed to force the guy to do. Let Thiefnubu continue to hold back.
See, for their record, you say this one has come to break that country.
I know.
Because if they think they are still there blaming I had Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole, when he was saying Showore is a fakeness. It cannot be in Washington and be sponsoring. I mean, how is Showore sponsoring whatever?
Anybody talking about it, anybody saying, like now, 100%, right? People like myself would have their names. I mean, like I've got a bigger page that's somehow like, I have a lot of people, right? So somebody like me now, somebody for Nigeria, a custom officer, we now put my picture. Possibly they've gotten their passport and my passport number or anything else, right? So somebody in his office now, don't they feel like saying don't do great job? We are condemning you. We are calling you out. We are not hiding our faces. We are calling out your criminality. Now you won't sit inside one office and say you don't do one special job to accuse us of being enemies, of exposing you, right? So we've seen that as well. And they claim that Showore should be brought back from Washington. They should ask the Interpol to arrest him. And Showore, they tell people, say they are hungry. People are not really hungry. That's what Oshiomhole said. The heartless people.
Nigeria, hey, I don't know, but I just pray that these people achieve what they are protesting for.
I pray for them too.
That is just my prayer.
Yes, ma'am.
I pray that they achieve what they're protesting for, because these people that are sitting there, if they don't scatter all of them, destroy them, take them away from that seat. In Nigeria, to go forward, I doubt it. But may God let them see 2027.
Thank you so much.
Maiyegun, God bless you for what you're doing. Continue and send me well to the family.
I will. Yeah. And send me well to yours too, ma'am. Okay. Stay safe.
Yeah. Cheers, ma'am. Okay. Yeah.
So I think I'm thinking we've only got just about 10 minutes to go, so it might still take one or two. Okay. Yeah. Hello.
Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Baba.
Yes, I'm calling from Toronto, Ontario, right?
Baba. And who am I speaking with? Is that Sadi from Toronto? Is that you?
Toronto, Ontario. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Wow. First time caller.
Yeah, I saw the name there, and I was like, I've had you a few times attempted, but yeah, good enough. You go through, Baba. How are you today, sir?
Yeah. Fine, thank you. Good job you're doing, right?
Thank you so much.
Good job. My regards to your family and everything.
Thank you so much.
Now, this is the situation, right? This Nigerian situation is going to have to be bloody. You see, when I see a lot of people around those police and all that, what they should do is rush those guys. Rush them, take their guns.
Sometimes you want to rush them, then they will accuse you of being violent, right?
Let me tell you something. These guys are going to accuse you of anything.
Anyway.
They will accuse you of anything. Right now, they're telling the people that, people are sponsoring protests from the US and from all these countries. My God, these guys need to be, they are criminals, they need to be shot.
To be dealt with.
Even their military and everything, the police, everything. They have to bomb rush these people. That is the only way. When you are, you have thousands of people.
You know what people are saying in the north? They said the northerners, sir, they said the northerners are the people who are actually really protesting. They understand it. They are not singing on the side of the road. They take their march to the government house. They take it to any government institution close to them. And if they are being treated, if they are treated disrespectfully, they will jump the entire place. If not government house, they go jump and more enter. That they are the people who are like, they are the people who are really protesting. Others are still not there yet, especially in the south.
People should have been in there yesterday, my brother. People should have been in Wikie's house yesterday. Yeah, you have to bomb rush these people. Thousands of people among 20 or 30 military people. Once you do that in Lagos or once you do that in the north, the other people in all the other states will do the same thing. Let me tell you something. Blood has to be shed. Blood will be shed.
They're already shedding blood already, sir.
More will be shed if they have to resolve this situation. Otherwise, they're going to stay there for 8 years. If blood is not shed, it's going to be 8 years. You know? That's what I see. Well, let me not keep you. Good job, man, my brother.
Thank you so much. Suddenly, you have a good one, okay?
Enjoy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
So, you see, there are people who believe as well. But you see, do not fear the word. It has to be bloody for it to be better. Here is something. We already have blood. Blood of innocent children have been spilled by Thiefnubu and his trigger-happy uniformed terrorists, the military and the police. So the only blood that is yet to flow, because blood is already flowing. They've killed 48 people, nearly 50 people. Human beings. Do you know that this my room cannot take 50 people? Yeah, this room can't take 50 people. They will have to choke inside. Imagine they now killed 50 people and they dump 50 bodies in this room. The nightmare. You will live with the nightmare for the rest of your life. They've killed nearly 50 people already. So the blood that is flowing, or the blood that has flown so far, is the blood of innocents, not the blood of the criminals. So that's the blood that has to flow. For this whole thing to actually get a track, and they are pushing people there. They've killed 48 innocent people. What do you make of that? Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
MOG. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, bro. Maiyegun, you see, something caught my attention today because I saw one interview with Oshiomhole. You know, these APC people, I don't know if something is wrong with their head, you know, and it's unfortunate they are old men that are supposed to be guiding the way, and they are now stepping back, so much lying and putting stones on the way of the young one. So I noticed one thing with Oshiomhole today. He never allowed the people asking him questions to talk. You know, he didn't allow them to say anything, and he was jumping around from one topic to another topic, from one question, and he was telling stories. And when Rufai asked him about, the first of all, when he came in, he only recognized Dr. Abati, you know, their colleague in crime. He now recognized him. He called him. Yeah, he just greeted him. Hi, thank you, doctor. Hello, Dr. Abati, Abati, you know. He said he ignored Ayo and Rufai. When Ayo was asking him question, he was shocking Ayo. He wasn't comfortable with Ayo. He can see the hatred on his face. And when Rufai came, he wanted to tell Rufai who he is, that Rufai is siding other party, not APC. He tried to tell Rufai because he used that's one thing he said there. What I understood that means that
obedience now. We know you.
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah. He quoted something. He said, when you try to be so, and you're getting too much, then you are putting yourself somewhere. That's what he tried to tell him. That I understood that one very well. And another thing, he was aggressive.
They're always aggressive. He was aggressive. They don't have answers. If you hold them responsible and ask them to answer questions, right, they will become aggressive or abusive. Okay.
Yeah, he was aggressive. He was shouting, and he was like, "Who is this little children talking to me? And they want to do this." That's what he was showing there. So now from their action now, you see, few days now, people are on the street. You see, they are not coming out, and you see, for the last 24 hours, they are all granting interview. They are all coming out now, one by one, granting interview. They think that maybe the road is clear now. But one thing I want to assure them that they've not won Nigerians. Nigeria is now on it's like we are sitting on a bomb now because
it's almost ignition time.
Yeah, because Buhari came and exposed Nigeria to the world that Nigeria that doesn't have say. When you push them to the right, they go to the right. When you push them to the left, you go to the left. And Buhari again exposed Nigeria to hungry criminals that they've gotten money so much from Nigerian wealth, and they are living in Nigeria. So they are getting money, and before you can stop them from getting that money, they are going to form rebel. They go to form rebel against Nigerian government. That's why all of them are scared. Whenever they got in, the only thing they can do is to feast themselves in that line. Understand? So this is what Buhari did. But in Tinubu position, Tinubu now strangulated everybody. Tinubu now closed the stomach of the little one the Nigerians itself are getting, and that is the end of Nigeria.
I want to just cut it short because they thought they won this fight, but they've not won because the people are still hungry. All these still figure they are calling, talking. All this interview, they are trying to gaslight. They are trying to play victim, and why the victimized are there crying and blood are flowing everywhere. I saw the interview of a soldier how he killed an innocent guy in Zaria. You know, he shot the door, and he could have killed two people. Two brothers, but it's unlucky. The other one was lucky. He killed the one they call Ismaila. And I saw the little boy that gave speech yesterday without any paper. The guy is even more fluent than most of them. Yes. And you can see the accent to tell you that the northern leaders, they have caused a lot of damage. Look at that little boy, about 11 years old, the way he speaks. If this guy got into school, or maybe they move him forward, that guy is going to be like Tafa Belewa. You can see the English was clean. All his English was neat. You know, so these guys have caused a lot of damage, and those guys living there, all those little innocent northerners and some of us that are from the south that we have already been exposed to their problem, but the thing that our religious leaders and our leaders are also the one pressing us down. But this was now they press everything down on them. Now they are beginning to see the problem and the damages
they made,
yeah, so now instead of them to join the Boko Haram now, I think they are going to fight those people, their leaders now. So this is another thing that Tinubu caused now. So that means Nigeria is not going to last again. Then on my own stand, break Nigeria now and save lives. Only 4 days, almost 50 people have died for nothing.
So how many
break
more
Nigeria
needs to die before everybody will come together and do what
exactly. That's all I have to say this night. Thank you, Maiyegun.
Thank you too. You have a good one, Baba. Good night. So it is true, right? A lot of, the blood of the young ones, innocent people have been shed every day. Sometimes in thousands, sometimes in hundreds, sometimes in tens. It just depends. It just kind of depends on where you are. And then that will determine what kind of victim are you. So the question, when we say break it up to save lives, what that simply means is that this contraption they forced together, you've tried it for 63, going to 64 years now. It never worked. So how about you just dismantle it in the sense that the idea of unitary system and the pseudo-democracy they put together needs to die. The 1999 constitution that wasn't written by the people needs to be burned. Like you need to burn it. It's a trashy paper. It's the cause of all this nonsense. Then begin the breakup of Nigeria. From as you used to know it, as you know it now, it needs to be broken up. Now, if those people want to break Nigeria, or all the people agree to break Nigeria up in 2 ways, right? Let's break it up from the way it is being structured as we speak, right? Fused together. Or let's break it up, everybody, they go in separate ways. People can decide. What are you afraid of? What are you going to miss? The population of Ikorodu is over 1 million. The population of the entire Malta is less than 600,000 people. Now, Malta is cashing out over $2 billion from Nigeria since Thiefnubu became your president. Because Malta has a refinery. Ikorodu no gets water corporation. Ikorodu has 1.2 million or so people. Malta has 587 or so people. Now, when they're talking about the economic survival of Nigeria, now Malta is playing a role where they are bringing you imported fuel that they have to sell to you at premium. So look at that. So if somebody says you can't live on your own, the Yorubas are believed to be more than 60 million people. The Igbos are believed to be more than 50 million people. I'm just using all this now because, I'm from that contraption too, right? So we just use numbers, right? We do not have any scientific proof of our population, okay? We don't. But we just make up, we just look at ourselves like that. You must be 65. I say, no, I'm just 63. You look 65. Just claim that you are 65. 65 is okay. Okay. You get what I mean? But in that context, you can easily say, why is it so easy for Malta to be a country? And it's not easy for 50 million people to be a country. I mean, what is the logic behind that? Why are you afraid of being on your own? We are together right now. Look at us. At least this is one Nigeria, Abi. But look at us. Are we really one Nigeria? Are we? Of course we're not. So why are you afraid of breakup? Why? You are not a parasite, are you? I mean, I've heard that. They said that parasites are those parasites also. No, not parasite. I think it's bacteria. Is it bacteria? No, it's parasites, Jare. Only parasites cannot survive without their host. Leeches can't survive without their host, where they will be sucking your blood. Are you a leech? As the politicians make you believe that your race or your tribe, your ethnic nationality, you are what? You are just like you are just like a leech who can survive on his own. Yes, you can. And your politicians, now all these politicians can't survive without Nigeria money. And that's why they want to keep it that way. You are not benefiting, I'm not benefiting. You've never benefited, I have never benefited. I will never benefit. My children will never benefit. Because all that could actually benefit us if mortgage them on cheap loans that mortgage our future, even the future of the unborn generations. So what do you really have to lose? What exactly is this good for or big for nothing contraption is to you? It means a lot to those criminals. They've made it clear, right? Your resources have been shared among themselves. There are those who are stealing your gold right now. You are hearing it, but there's nothing you can do about it. There are those who are stealing other mineral resources free of charge in Nigeria today. You can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. It's a free for all. So what exactly would you say you are going to miss if Nigeria break up? That will be my last question tonight, okay? And before we call it a night. Listen, brethren, tell me this. What do you think you are going to lose that you are currently gaining that you are going to lose if Nigeria breaks up? I'll leave you to that. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Remember, you can still support the Yoruba Union with your token. And at the same time, you can be part of the summit in 16 days' time. Mind you, the Yoruba Union website, membership, registration website is going to go live tomorrow. Okay? And when it does, the leadership of the union, the members on Telegram, they are those first people that will see it for a few days. And before the summit, we will make it public. Listen, you can't join Yoruba Union without subscribing to the membership fee. You can't. So you're going to need that. And I think the membership fee is currently £1, just £1. From any part of the world that you sign up for, you will be able to meet other Yorubas who those we are trying to bring together and see what we can do if we have the number. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. Thanks so much for spending part of it with me. Or enjoy the rest of the night. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary yìí bí nọ́mbà wọn. bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary yìí bí nọ́mbà wọn. ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary yìí bí nọ́mbà wọn. Maiyegun Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary yìí bí nọ́mbà wọn. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary yìí bí nọ́mbà wọn. ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary yìí bí nọ́mbà wọn. àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary yìí bí nọ́mbà wọn. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. àyè. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.